Good evening. I'm Stephanie Staudinger.
And I'm Scott Wise. Here's what's coming up next on Panthervision.
One day, he's UWM's biggest cheerleader.
It's so exciting for the school.
And the next, he's changing teams.
The next president of Marquette University, Dr. Lovell.
Another chancellor leaves. We'll tell you about it. How can candy bars help those behind prison bars? We'll explain. User beware.
It changes who you are.
A recovering addict shares his pain. And keep an eye on this UWM swimmer. You may be seeing her in the Olympics.
From the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, this is UWM Panthervision. A weekly newscast reported, written, and produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. And now, the news.
Good evening. UWM's loss is Marquette's gain.
The bombshell that now former Chancellor Michael Lovell is accepting the president's job at Marquette hit students late Tuesday night.
Panthervision's Claire Chartrand covers the big story.
Several months ago, when Lovell was first approached by Marquette University, the chancellor turned them down. But after months of deep thought, he announced Wednesday that he will be leaving UWM at the end of July. As a Catholic, but not ascribing to the Jesuit traditions, Lovell will become Marquette University's first lay president.
When I became chancellor, I could have never dreamed of becoming Marquette's first lay president. It wasn't even permissible in the bylaws.
Within the last year, 5 other chancellors have left the UW system, and Lovell is continuing the trend. However, he assures that it is nothing personal against UWM or the UW system.
Faith has always served as a cornerstone of my life, and having the ability to openly practice my religious beliefs in my professional career is something that I've always wanted to do.
While the news of Lovell's departure comes as a shock to all, UWM's Vice Chancellor Tom Lujack thinks this could be an exciting opportunity for UWM.
When you consider who will replace Mike Lovell, the word is out on the street that these are really, really good jobs. So we're confident that we're going to have a great pool of candidates when that search ultimately gets underway.
An interim chancellor will be appointed in the near future. Then later this summer, a search and screen committee will begin seeking out potential candidates to replace Mike Lovell. In Milwaukee, I'm Claire Chartrand for Panthervision.
Lovell becomes the 6th chancellor in the past year to either be replaced or announce he is leaving the UW system. The chancellors at UW Oshkosh, Green Bay, Stout, Madison, and Eau Claire have all either announced their retirement or have left. And UW system president Kevin Riley left within the last year. He was replaced by Ray Cross, leaving an opening for the position of Chancellor of UW Colleges and Extensions.
Lovell officially takes office August 1st. UWM now needs to find another chancellor for the 4th time in 16 years. Nancy Zimpfer held the position from 1998 to 2003. Carlos Santiago followed her until he resigned in 2010. Lovell leaves after what will end up being a little over 3 years stay. Lovell has some hard work ahead of him at Marquette. He has some high-profile positions to fill, and the biggest is a basketball coach. Reporters wasted no time asking Lovell about potential candidates.
Well, let me say this. Yeah, I have not been involved in the search process to date. And I'm going to get up to speed as quickly as possible on the potential candidates. And from as you and I read, there's a great pool out there for us to look at. And I will just tell you one thing. I will ensure that we get somebody who will be a successful basketball coach and lead us to great things on the court, but also going to be looking for someone who fits the values and the traditions of Marquette and our Jesuit community.
As Marquette's basketball program enters a new chapter, UWM savors their team's storybook season.
The euphoria started with the Panthers' win in the Horizon League championship game, sending them to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2006. The Panthers drew the 15th seed in the East Regional, their opponent, powerhouse Villanova. Panthervision's John Holman traveled to Buffalo to cover the game, and tells us when the Panthers go to the tournament, the faithful will follow.
Support the Panthers against Villanova meets at UWM's Klatschi Center. UWM student Josh Lutzow estimates an 11-hour drive.
Yeah, we got Red Bull.
Nice. 3 students traveling together isn't exactly a caravan of students.
I feel like the Milwaukee fan base, compared to some of the other fan bases I've seen since I've traveled to a lot of games, seems a little lethargic unless we're like really doing great things.
600 miles away from UWM, fans gather at a pep rally at Pearl Street Brewery a few hours before game time to celebrate. And for good reason.
Started from the bottom, now here.
Jimmy Lemke is a UWM alum. He says the team needs students there.
If we're really good at basketball, people are going to forget about that. People are going to say, well, I know Milwaukee because they're in the tournament every year. That's great, but it starts with a student section.
According to Chancellor Lovell, that's exactly what the Panthers have in store.
Yeah, we have 500 seats. We got them all, so we have 500 alumni that made the trek here from all over the country.
The fun continues until it's time to pack Buffalo's first Niagara Center full of Panther pride. In Buffalo, I'm John Holman for Panthervision.
The alumni proved their support by buying up all 500 seats they were given for the game.
But some current students say even more fans could have gone had the school organized a fan bus. 2 busloads of fans made their way to Ohio the week before. But with a time crunch and spring break overlapping, the Division of Students Affairs chose to keep the school's largest set of wheels at home.
UWM's School of Freshwater Science is getting a $500,000 grant. The money will go towards the school's $53 million expansion along the city's inner harbor. The grant will also support new technologies for improving the Great Lakes watershed. The grant comes from an organization called the Fund for Lake Michigan.
UW Parkside officials are investigating a computer hacking that may have exposed the personal information of about 15,000 students. Campus technology staff discovered that computer hackers installed malware on one university server. The server was immediately shut down, and the incident was reported to Parkside police.
Up to 50% of incarcerated juveniles have a parent who has been in prison. That's according to the American Correctional Association. But a new UWM partnership is trying to change that. Panthervision's Maria Corpus reports.
$1 and some change may be an ordinary expense, but for UWM's Helen Bader School of Social Welfare and the Creative Corrections Educational Foundation, change can make all the difference.
For the cost of a candy bar a month, the cost to you, a candy bar, I can send kids to college.
That is the message Dean Stan Stojkovic and founder Percy Pitzer gave to inmates at the Milwaukee County House of Corrections in efforts to raise money for a new scholarship. The scholarship, announced in December of 2013, is for students with a parent or guardian who is currently incarcerated or on parole.
Many of these kids are completely destitute. They don't have anything. And going to college is like, might as well go to the moon.
After her brother was incarcerated for 10 months, UWM student Ruthie Ringel says she can't imagine having a parent in prison.
To think of having, especially my dad, if my dad was gone for 10 months, that would be, I wouldn't even know what to do.
The new scholarship's mission is to support students and stop second-generation crime.
It helps them to maybe not follow in their parents' footsteps and do something better with their lives and get an education.
Dean Stojkovic encourages eligible students to apply.
We can't give you everything, but we can give you something.
In Milwaukee, I'm Maria Corpus for Panthervision.
Inmates at the Milwaukee County House of Corrections have pledged $400 per month to the foundation. The foundation awarded 31 scholarships nationwide this year, and 3 of them being in Wisconsin.
There's a growing epidemic in the state of Wisconsin. It's killing more people than ever before, and young people are the ones with the highest death toll. Panthervision's Lisa Aaron Brown investigates the cause.
It's cheap, it's addictive, and it will kill you.
Because, you want so bad to stop.
Heroin. Lately, the drug has enticed many college-age students to trying it and becoming prisoner.
Probably 80% of our exchangers or clients are under 34 years old, and probably 30 to 40% are under 24.
You would think heroin crosses no boundaries, But apparently it's not a problem at UWM.
Our indications are that there is not a heroin use problem on the UWM campus.
But to those who have experienced the addiction firsthand, it's a serious matter.
I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, heroin takes everything away. I mean, it changes who you are.
In 2012, a non-student died in the Sandberg dorms from a heroin overdose, but that's not enough to convince UWM the issue needs to be addressed.
At this point, we're not picking up on it. If there is one,
While NURSE offers counseling, it has limited services for students with heroin addiction. Luckily, at LifePoint, users can anonymously obtain clean needles and the life-saving drug naloxone. In fact, anyone can obtain naloxone, which reverses the effects of a heroin overdose immediately. No staff at Norris has taken the 15-minute class.
Our providers aren't emergency responders, meaning we don't respond to campus emergencies outside of the health center.
But as prevention supervisor Laura Stevenson told me, anyone can obtain and use naloxone, and it might just save someone's life.
You know, if someone's dead, they can't get into recovery.
In Milwaukee, I'm Lisa Aaron Brown for Panthervision.
When we come back, we'll help you find that lost valuable.
And should e-cigarettes be allowed on college campuses?
That and more when Panthervision returns.
Provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
The Surgeon General issued this warning because smoking causes lung cancer. The Surgeon General issued this warning because radon can cause lung cancer. Radon is an invisible radioactive gas that seeps inside your home from underground. Protect your family. Have your home tested. Call 1-800-SOS-RADON. Radon problems can be fixed.
Thanks for watching UWM Panthervision, judged Best Student Newscast by the Northwest Broadcast News Association. Panthervision is produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in association with Milwaukee Area Technical College.
Ever lose something at school? We know that feeling.
But as Panthervision's Shannon Wazowitz reports, there's hope if you know where to look.
Laptops, backpacks, and cell phones are just a few items of value to UWM students. What if you lost one of these items? Would you think of checking with the UWM police?
I mean, there is a lot of stuff at the end of the night. We keep it for 90 days. So after 90 days, there are times where we have items of value that we send off to surplus.
Lieutenant Adrian Bump says lost items continually find their way to the lost and found.
Items like cell phones, different electronics, IDs, credit cards, wallets, jewelry that is real jewelry.
Officers do their best to try and reunite owners with misplaced valuables.
Anything that we can try to do to identify the owner, then we try to reach out to them either by sending them an email, sending a letter or an index card to their home, anything we can possibly do to get that back to them as soon as possible.
However, students should also be proactive when items go missing.
I'd like more people to be able to come in, and I'd like to be able to get more people their stuff back.
I'm Shannon Rosowitz for Panthervision.
Students can go to the UWM Police Department to reclaim their lost items.
The search for a new dean of the School of Information Studies is now down to 2 finalists. Edward Cortez and Thomas Lipinski are both professors of information sciences. Cortez teaches at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville. Lipinski teaches at Kent State University. Both are visiting UWM this afternoon.
The Student Association will be holding a town hall style debate tomorrow. The debate will be held in the Union Ballroom at 5 o'clock.
Voting for the Student Association elections is set to begin, but not if one political group has a say about it. The group is known as ASAP, which stands for the Alliance of Students Achieving Progress. Group leaders have sent out a letter to Chancellor Lovell officially declaring their intent to organize student government under Wisconsin statutes. The group is also requesting an investigation of the Board of Trustees created after Lovell threw out Student Association election results last spring. And the group is requesting a revote on whether to improve a new SA constitution.
Colleges are offering an increasing number of degrees relating to green-collar industries. The 2014 Sustainability Summit highlighted some of these environmentally conscious businesses. Emma Cortez has the story in tonight's MATC report.
MATC recently hosted the 2014 Sustainability Summit.
The Sustainability Summit is an opportunity for organizations and leaders in the community to come together, and we can share resources and ideas in protecting water, saving energy, working to improve our food resources in our daily life, at school, or at work.
Some of the other highlights of this year's summit include exhibits showcasing products, services, and opportunities in new wave investment, development, education, and employment.
The Sustainability Summit is important for businesses, not only to help develop their talent pipeline by all the students that are attending, but also learning about what other businesses are doing and really understanding the movements and the growth towards more sustainable exercises.
The summit also hosted a career fair focusing on these green industries around the state.
It's important for students not only to raise awareness about issues regarding sustainability, but it's also important to students due to the fact that there are numerous career opportunities in the field of sustainability and water.
It's growing. I mean, there's some universities now offer majors or minors in aquaponics or in agriculture-related fields, so we have a lot of people like that that come through.
For the MATC report, I'm Emma Cortez.
Maria Corpus joins us with a look at our weather. Today's a great day outside, Maria.
It really is, Scott. It's a great day for opening day. Do you guys plan on making it down to Miller Park?
I wish. I have class, though.
Me too, but I'm sure there would be plenty of UWM students who would be there, and as well as other tailgaters. Good thing is that today is excellent weather. We have partly cloudy, which is awesome. Let's take a look at the weather headlines. We have partly cloudy, as I said, windy, and a chance of rain later on this week. You may not be needing that umbrella today, but you will definitely be needing it later this week. So let's take a look at the current conditions. As I said, partly cloudy. We have a temperature of 53 degrees today and a dew point of 39 degrees. Barometric pressure is at 29.9 inches. As I said, UWM students shouldn't have weather problems messing up their tailgating at Miller Park today. The good conditions continue out and throughout the day. We remain partly cloudy, high of 58 degrees and a low of 36 degrees. Precipitation is at 0% currently, but that will increase throughout the evening up to 20% of chance of rain. Let's look at the state temperatures. Let's see where Rylander's at. Rylander's missing out at 47 degrees today. La Crosse at 63, Madison at 64. They're really having fun today. Inlands with 60s. Oshkosh is at 58, Milwaukee at 60, La Crosse 63, and Eau Claire 58. So sorry, Rylander, you don't get to join in on the spring fever this evening. Let's take a look at the lows. Rylander at 33, Eau Claire 28, La Crosse 31, Green Bay 40, Madison 31, Oshkosh 35, and Milwaukee 39. So that's great for today's lows. Let's take a look at tonight. There's a chance of rain. Be sure to have that umbrella on you with a low of 36 degrees and winds, southeast winds at 22 miles per hour. That partly cloudy and windy and rainy forecast continues into tomorrow. Mostly cloudy with cooler temperatures. We'll be moving away from higher temperatures, obviously, with a high of 44 degrees and a low of 36. Northwest winds at 8 miles per hour tomorrow. Wednesday looks like winter's coming back. We have rain, mix of rain rain and flurries. Partly cloudy again, high of 38 degrees, low of 29. Northeast winds at 12 miles per hour. So like I said, enjoy today. It won't last for very long. Let's take a look at our extended forecast. Thursday, high of 42, low of 30 degrees. Friday, high of 39, low of 31 degrees. Saturday, high of 43 degrees and low of 28 degrees. Sunday, high of 40 degrees and a low of 27. You can see that clouds and rains will move in and snow mix with flurries on Saturday and Sunday. So be aware of that, you guys. You don't want to put away that winter coat just yet. You might want to double scarf it even.
Yeah, it seems that every time the snow melts that's on the ground, a fresh layer shows up.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
UWM Panthervision is being honored once again, this time from the Northwest Broadcast News Association. Panthervision reporters won 3 first-place awards in the organization's annual Eric Severide Journalism Contest. Panthervision won in the general reporting, investigative, and series categories for our coverage of flaws in UWM's active shooter preparedness. The regional contest drew hundreds of entries from colleges in 6 states.
With the popularity of electronic cigarettes, students are confused about the use of these devices in school. MATC's Joshua Nyland tells us more.
A bill allowing electronic cigarettes indoors has recently cleared a Wisconsin Senate committee, and while electronic cigarettes are allowed in most indoor public places, MATC's tobacco-free policy still bans the use of these devices on campus property. The smoking policy at MATC is pretty clear. No smoking on MATC campus. But electronic cigarettes, or e-cigs, are for the most part unregulated by Wisconsin law.
There's no sign anywhere that says I can't smoke e-cigarettes. There's plenty of signs that say tobacco-free, which I understand because that's been outlawed. But there's no law against e-cigarettes.
E-cigarettes have battery-powered cartridges filled with nicotine and other substances, and when it's heated through an electric charger, the user inhales the liquid and exhales the vapor.
I'm glad that e-cigarettes are banned on campus. There's not enough scientific research done on the harm that it really causes on your body.
According to MATC policy, the Food and Drug Administration has regulatory authority over tobacco products and includes e-cigarettes in this classification. As a result, use of e-cigarettes are prohibited on MATC property. For more information regarding the tobacco policy, you can visit matc.edu. I am Joshua Nyland, reporting from MATC.
The American Non-Smokers' Rights Foundation says nearly 1,200 colleges across the country have banned the use of conventional cigarettes on campus. Some bans include e-cigarettes, but others don't.
Coming up, the dance continues without UWM.
And we'll introduce you to a swimmer whose name might become familiar.
That and more when we return.
This is where powerful ideas lead to proven results. This is where you belong.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
The Panthers' captivating run in the postseason has come to an end.
Danielle Staub joins us now with sports. Danielle?
Thanks, guys. It was the first time since 2006 that the Panthers made the NCAA tournament. Panthervision's Joshua March and John Holman traveled to Buffalo to cover the game. And as Joshua reports, the dance didn't last very long.
The UW-Milwaukee Panthers traveled to Buffalo to take on the Villanova Wildcats in the second round of the NCAA tournament. Senior Kyle Kelm says that the team came a long way from last season.
It's accomplishment, I guess I would say, especially after last season. Last season was just so hard, so heartbroken experience, such high hopes. And this year, I mean, I guess you could say our hopes wasn't as high, but we had that chip on our shoulder to get us to this point. And, I mean, it's an accomplishment, and we're thankful for that opportunity.
Senior guard Jordan Aaron struggled to find his shot, going 1 for 15 on the night.
Gotta credit Villanova. I mean, they did a great job of keeping me off balance and just staying into me, and they just did a great job on defense. I mean, a lot of shots I took just didn't fall for me tonight, and you just gotta go with what happens out there. But you gotta credit Villanova. They did a great job on defense.
Villanova went on a 14-point run at the end of the first half into the second half. The Wildcats shot over 60% from the field in the second half.
We just weren't getting to their shooters quick enough, and we were giving up too many drives to the basket, and you can't do that at this stage. I mean, Villanova's a good team. I think they only have 4 losses on the year, so let a good team do that, and they're bound to hurt you.
From being picked last in the Horizon League to qualifying for the NCAA tournament, the UW-Milwaukee Panthers overcame a lot of obstacles, ending in a second-round loss for the Panthers. In Buffalo, I'm Joshua March for Panthervision.
UWM may be out, but the Badgers are still alive. For the first time in 14 years, the Wisconsin Badgers will be playing in the Final Four. Wisconsin is continuing on its warpath after defeating Baylor and Arizona this past weekend. They are 1 game away from playing in the national championship next Monday. The Badgers have not played for the championship since 1941, when they beat Washington State for the title. Crosstown rival Marquette missed both the NCAA and NIT tournaments, and the coaching search we told you about earlier in the newscast has taken an odd twist. TV trucks rushed to the Al McGuire Center for a press conference to unveil star VCU head coach Shaka Smart as the new head coach. They found out quickly it was a wild goose chase based on false reports from Marquette student media. Local TV stations were also reporting that Smart was going to be named the next coach. Shaka Smart has now told Marquette he will remain at VCU. The Panthers tennis team keeps on winning awards. 2 weeks after freshman Diana Tokar won Horizon League Women's Tennis Player of the Week, Christina Colarossi won the same award. Colarossi helped the Panthers to 3 big wins, including league victories against Oakland and Detroit. This past weekend, the Panthers extended their winning streak to 5 with victories over Bradley and South Dakota. UWM swimmer Emily McClellan is in the history books once again. The senior set a Horizon League record in the 100-meter breaststroke at the NCAA Championships. Her 57.76 time is the second fastest in collegiate history. Unfortunately for her, though, the fastest time in collegiate history came in the same race. She finished second to Olympic medalist Regia Larson. McClellan also took 7th in the 200-meter breaststroke and earned 2 first-team All-American awards. This caps an outstanding career for McClellan. She's the most decorated swimmer in Horizon League history, breaking school and league records a combined 23 times. The baseball team is finally playing at home, but not really. Henry Aaron Field is still unplayable because of the weather, so the Panthers played their home opener at Carthage College in Kenosha. They beat the Edgewood Eagles 4-1. Weather has caused 10 cancellations in the team's schedule this year. When the Panthers can play at the Hank, they'll be looking to extend a 16-game winning streak. That's the longest active home win streak in the NCAA. That's it for sports. Back to you, Stephanie and Scott.
Thank you, Danielle. For novice teachers, being thrown into a classroom full of students can be a bit of a daunting task.
But some UWM graduates will have a little less to worry about thanks to an interactive virtual classroom called Teach Live.
Panthervision's Andrea Romero has the story.
You may be used to seeing a teacher teaching like this. However, this is not your typical classroom. Meet the students of Teach Live, a virtual middle school classroom helping graduating teachers interact with students. Craig Berg is the professor of science teacher education and has been using Teach Live for the last 2.5 years when UWM was one of only 10 universities to use the program.
And my goal with my students is to develop questioning and responding techniques that get kids thinking, keep kids thinking.
This virtual classroom is made up of 5 students, each with his or her own personality. That includes even 1 or 2 misbehaved students.
You may have noticed that at times, Kevin was doing the ha 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 ha. Well, kids will misbehave.
Berg says Teach Live takes it even further than just interacting with students.
So, well, they also have a avatar parent, so you can simulate a parent-teacher conference.
In Milwaukee, I'm Andrea Romero for Panthervision.
Thank you for tuning in for tonight's edition of Panthervision.
You can watch us on Time Warner Channel 14 and AT&T UVerse Channel 99 at 5 o'clock on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Have a great week.